Years before I met the Tibetan monks, the universe decided to teach me about impermanence in the most literal way by dropping the lesson literally from the sky. Join me today for this story, a guided meditation into your heart space, and a Bardo's based 4-card reading at the end. Welcome to the Mystic's Lantern, dear mystic travelers. With this light, the circle enters its final turning on this ritual month. We've walked through illusion, creation, and dissolution, and now we step into the quiet doorway within ourselves. About 15 years ago, I was doing a ritual to prepare for a spiritual ceremony I was to be involved in. To prepare myself, I would sit outside daily in the same spot, meditating daily on mind, body, spirit, and emotion. At the time, I also happened to be really into the Heart Sutra, specifically the lines, "Form is emptiness, emptiness is form." It seemed to really open something up in me. By the way, the Heart Sutra is a Buddhist work that focuses on perfection of wisdom. It is truly inspiring, and I highly recommend you check it out. At this time, I had also been reflecting on an old Buddhist meditation technique that is honestly quite grim and macabre. So heads up and skip the rest of this section and jump right to the meditation if you might be disturbed easily. But I was fascinated by the idea because it seemed like something I could never possibly do. Even if I could understand the philosophical validity, but some Buddhist monks would meditate on decaying bodies. And as I said, pretty grim. I have a weak stomach, so even in a sacred context, this seemed disturbing to me. I know it's about impermanence and stuff, but still. So anyway, one morning, a few days into this weeks-long process, I was meditating outside in my usual spot when suddenly a hawk swooped down in front of me. I mean, it was like a movie. It was very dramatic. I mean, it flew inches from my face, made that hawk scream thing, and dropped a dead squirrel 10 feet in front of me. For 2 weeks, I meditated beside it as it slowly returned to the earth. That hawk never came back for its meal. It felt like a direct, albeit much more gentle way of the universe throwing that meditation in my face, literally. I wanted to meditate on impermanence, and lo and behold, I had weeks to watch it in action. It was a strange experience, but a powerful one, reminding me of how easily our strong, focused thoughts can influence the world. By the way, if you're new to the channel, new to the cycle, the orientation video explains how each episode forms one cohesive monthly ritual. But first, let's step across the threshold into the liminal space between. Welcome to your guided meditation today, inspired by the Heart Sutra itself. If it's safe to do so, close your eyes. Let your shoulders soften. Let your breath deepen. Let your body settle like a stone sinking into still water. Find the point inside you where awareness is present. Where is the place that you feel like your consciousness is observing the world? It may be behind the eyes, at the back of your head, or even in your heart. Just breathe comfortably and feel into this space. Wherever it rests, that is your threshold point. Stay with it. Feel its spaciousness. Feel the quiet. Observe it without judgment or any sense of needing to control the narrative. Observe yourself as both the observed and the observer. Let's take a moment to sit with that. And now, as we breathe in, reflect on the line from the Heart Sutra. Form is emptiness. And as you breathe out, feel the line, emptiness is form. Let's repeat this a few more times. Breathe in. Form is emptiness. Breathe out. Emptiness is form. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. Let the words dissolve into your breath. Let your breath dissolve into awareness. Now, let's spend a moment feeling this in your body. Are there any places where you get a sensation? Is there a space in your body that feels open? Breathe in. Form is emptiness. Breathe out. Emptiness is form. Continue feeling into this for another moment. Now, imagine yourself standing in a twilight valley. There are beautiful hills on both sides. A shimmering river runs through the center, reflecting the moon and starlight. This liminal time when the world is suspended between light and dark. Now, as you relax in this beautiful, serene place, picture a waterfall of bright light pouring from the sky and over your body. This is the energy of life itself and comes from a source that never runs dry. Feel it pour over you as it fills your body with peace and divine energy. Picture the light as any color that resonates with you. Golden, bright white, or even iridescent. Now, bring awareness to your heart center. Breathe into it, and as you release, sigh aloud, releasing any tension in your body. Now, let's do that 3 times total. Breathe in to your heart center, and breathe out a sigh. Breathe into your heart center, and breathe out as a sigh, releasing all tension from your body. Now, picturing this waterfall of loving, warm energy flowing over and through you, silently repeat inwardly, my heart is an open, empty space where love flows through like water from the unending source, washing away all obstacles and resistance. Now, see that waterfall of light pouring into your heart, emptying, filling, emptying again. You are not clinging to the universal love you feel. You are letting it flow through you in its natural divine form. You don't need to be scared that you'll run out because it's coming from the unending source. Let's breathe in this light into our heart space, repeating the words a few more times. My heart is an open, empty space where love flows through like water from the unending source, washing away all obstacles and resistance. My heart is an open, empty space where love flows through like water from the unending source, washing away all obstacles and resistance. Now, bring yourself back to your whole body, slowly, gently. Feel your breath. Feel your hands, your legs, your feet. Wiggle your fingers when you're ready. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Take a grounding breath. And welcome back, Mystic Traveler. Wow, that was powerful. I started the My Heart is an Open, Empty Space mini meditation a few years ago when I just felt that flow of energy spontaneously, and I've used it ever since. I hope it brings you peace and comfort as well. So now, before we do our lantern closing ritual for the month, we will honor this journey with a 4-card reading inspired by liminal spaces. Each placement will represent a part of your life: body, mind, emotion, and spirit. Hey there, and welcome to your 4-card spread representing body, mind, emotion, and spirit, inspired by the Bardos and liminal spaces. We have 4 spaces in this reading. The first one is about your body. What's new and emerging in your life? For mind, what thought pattern is ending? For emotion, what grief needs honoring? And for spirit, what is dissolving for your highest good? Okay. So, what new beginning is emerging? We have the Knight of Cups. Okay. So I have like a slow moving energy here, but forward momentum. It's just slower. So let's get in some more detail to see exactly what's happening here. What thought pattern is ending? The Ace of Pentacles. I get the feeling of this being letting go of sort of it's like a shift in values, right? So since this is in the what thought pattern is ending, the Ace of Pentacles, saying that maybe you're shifting from more traditional material space and moving more comfortably into the liminal space of emotion. And this may have been caused by actually changes in your physical life, like a new job or a relationship ending, or it could be changes even in your body and health. What grief needs honoring? We have the Lovers here. And I feel like this could definitely have been the ending of something very important to you. Maybe a past heartbreak that really changed the way you looked at your life or how you shaped your world. And heartbreak can come in many forms. It can be in a romantic relationship, a friendship, the loss of someone important to you, the loss of an important dream or job. What is dissolving for your highest good? The Three of Swords. Yeah, there's a lot of the feeling of physical heartbreak through this. And when you have a heartbreaking experience, like I said, whether that's romantic or otherwise, it leaves such an impression, and you are stuck in such a liminal space for such a long time afterwards, because you're in the space between who you were / who you thought you were going to be with this person or career or dream. And you move through this liminal space of having to redefine everything in your life, including your hopes, your dreams, and your future. And that is a extremely difficult place to be in. And that's why we fear liminal spaces so much, right? But especially with the Lovers here and this movement and your beginning emerging being the Knight of Cups, you're getting towards emotional balance in this, even if it's not feeling like it's happening very fast. Like I said, this is kind of a slow moving night here. But this situation has really pushed you from being a more grounded in the material world into wanting to seek out more depth in your own mind, your own heart, your own spirituality, and your own subconscious. So, mystic travelers, you're doing an amazing job, and this reading shows it. So keep up the growth, keep up the healing, and more important, be so gentle with yourself during this difficult time. If you missed any part of this month's journey, the dream of the Bardos, the elemental offerings ritual, the sand mandala. Each one is waiting for you. And next month, we open a new mandala. This one's going to be rooted in earth, memory, and the thin places between worlds. We'll explore ancestral visitations, family, soul patterns and contracts, and the quiet language that crosses the veil. The mandala closes for now, dissolving like sand, returning like breath. Thank you for walking this circle with me. I'll see you in next month's ritual, Mystic Travelers. And so the circle is closed.